We are black, white, Muslims, and we're Jews, and we're gay. We are black, white, Muslims, and we're Jews, and we're gay. We are black, white, Muslims, black, white, Muslims, black, white, Muslims, and we're Jews, and we're gay.
We do not care.
So everybody's probably aware now that riots have been going on all up England due to what happened a couple of weeks ago, and what we just saw was basically counter-protesters who have turned up to stop all these far-right demonstrations where people have basically come out and started smashing up their own communities. For what reason, I do not know, it makes no sense. Things like this.
I'm a fucking true Englishman. It's about time we stopped fucking true and told them all, fuck off. Get it off your chest, bro. Listen, if I'm ashamed be white, no fucking aren't. We want you fucking hard when it's the time in your fucking country. You're ashamed be fucking white to be an Englishman, mate. Time back anytime, fuck off.
Alright, so basically what we just saw was the far right. Now, the thing is, the media is labelling everyone as far right, even if you're just there peacefully protesting. This is what's really annoyed people, because most people don't associate with guys like this. Yeah, look at the state of him. Obviously he's in the wrong. Anyway, so then it was reported that 100 far right demonstrations were expected to take place across the country on Wednesday night, and of course it seemed to be a false flag. Nobody turned up. So the police seem to think that it was because of the major police presence that deterred the far right, but a lot of other people are saying nobody actually knows where this information came from. It was almost as if it was put out there to get the far left and the young groups of Muslims out on the streets, which is exactly what happened. Check it out.
Bro, I'm so confused. Why are they trashing the place? This is the only place in England today I've seen getting trashed. What is going on? Nah.
Don't do that, man. Don't do that.
Why are they doing it?
So the irony of this is in Croydon. These people came out to defend their communities against the far right, and of course the far right didn't show up. So what do you think they done? Did they go home? No. They destroyed their own communities themselves. Make it make sense. Anyway, that's not all that happened. Let's check out this counter-protest of anti-fascists. Let's see what they've got to say.
They hurt. We've got children and women using those trains, destroying the summer relatives. They are disgusting, nasty bastards, and we need to pull their throats and get rid of them all. I just want to say thank you all. I'm going to leave it now. And free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free.
That was Labour councillor Ricky Jones, who has since been arrested. Now, it's bad enough what he said, but what makes it worse is how the crowd just went along with it and started clapping like a bunch of seals. And then you got people like this lady here. Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up smiling and clapping at the idea of my own people's throats being cut. The hypocrisy is like beyond belief at this point. Anyway, let's have a look at what the police have got to say about all this.
Salam alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you to the leaders and elders that have afforded me this opportunity to speak to you personally. The reason I'm speaking is to underline my commitment on behalf of the organisation to protect all the communities across the West Midlands.
Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Hello, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Phil Hutchinson and I am the Superintendent for Greater Manchester Police based in Oldham. Obviously echo everything.
Yeah, that doesn't really come naturally, does it? It doesn't even look right. It doesn't look right. I don't know what they're doing. Anyway, this is another interview of a police officer with his experience when he worked during the riots a few years ago.
I've experienced two-tier policing. There was riots in Handsworth years ago, and then they re-escalated around 2009, 2010. But because of the racial tensions, we were made as police officers to stand in like normal street uniform. With no protective clothing, just round shields. We had people walking past us with baseball bats and machetes tapping on the shields, and we had to stand there and do nothing. Yet the next weekend you'd be at a football match and no holds barred. And it was like that all the time. It was based in Small Heath in Birmingham. right by the Green Lane Mosque, and you're always told to treat one side of the community one way and the other side completely differently.
So you are an ex-police officer saying this on a national radio station in a clip that could well go very viral online, by the way, and you are saying that you stood there without proper defensive equipment and were made to do nothing as men walked past armed from a particular community, and then the next thing you were going to police football matches, football hooliganism with a different approach.
In full Code 2 riot gear, and it's been like that for years.
And this was an operational instruction from your seniors?
Yes.
So that was a former police officer talking about how they was instructed to treat different communities differently over 10 years ago. So if it was going on then we know it goes on today. In fact, we can see it's going on today when you see videos like this. It says police liaison tells a group of Muslims in Stoke that if you have any weapons, discard them at the mosque. How can anybody try and tell me that two-tier policing doesn't exist? Let's check it out.
This mosque, this small group. If there's any weapons or anything like that, what I would do is discard them in the mosque. Leave them here. You don't give anybody any reason or have any interaction with the police.
Now, this guy here says, I've been here over 25 years, and all of a sudden, he tells me I should be afraid of the far right. I'm more scared of him than an ordinary white guy on the street. And you should be. This guy's the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, and he's just made it 10 times worse. Every time he does a speech, he just divides people more and more. He should be saying, everyone needs to come together, no matter what race or religion you are, because it's not about race or religion, is it? It's about good versus bad. And you get good and bad on both sides. This guy is bad, and this guy is bad. One's on the left and one's on the right. The problem is, with the government, they've been ignoring people's concerns for the last 20 years about immigration. Now, nobody's saying immigration is bad because it's generally good. The problem is when it's uncontrolled immigration. That is when it becomes an issue. The country is already in a cost of living crisis. It seems like all the infrastructure is crumbling, and the government have done absolutely nothing about it.
The offence of incitement to racial hatred involves publishing or distributing material which is insulting or abusive, which is intended to or likely to start racial hatred. So if you retweet that, then you're republishing that, and then potentially you're committing that offence. And we do have dedicated police officers who are scouring social media. Their job is to look for this material and then follow up with identification arrests and so forth. So it's a really, really serious. People might think they're not doing anything harmful. They are, and the consequences will be visited upon them.
You see, this right here just highlights how out of touch the police, the government and the media really are. Like, they don't have a clue what they're doing, do they? Look at this. Think before you post. Crown prosecution says content that incites violence or hatred isn't just harmful, it can be illegal. Okay, so who decides this? I think Greg said I was going to try and ratio you, but decided not to because it might be illegal and I don't want to get in trouble. So the government are the ones that have caused the tensions to boil over into nationwide riots. Then instead of looking at the root cause of the problem and acknowledging the British people who have been trying to have their voice heard for the past 15 years, instead of doing that, they then threaten your free speech and try to say you can get arrested for retweeting stuff on Twitter, all because they know they can't control the narrative on that. Let me know your thoughts down below.
There are various segments of the left in the UK blaming X, formerly Twitter, for inciting violence. But Douglas, it's one of the few places where you can see what is happening on the ground without that media spin.
That's right, Rita. I mean, I've just seen a report from another so-called mainstream channel in the UK, where the quite clearly the journalists are trying not to reveal part of the story. What they're trying not to reveal is what they call Asian men in the area intimidating and harassing journalists. Well, these aren't, you know, once again, you get back to the endless euphemism and lying that is just prevalent across our media. These are not, you know, Hong Kong residents who have decided to go out and threaten people. They are, regrettably, organized Muslim groups. And, you know, they're being whipped up by people, presumably in their community, but also by left-wing and other activists, obviously by the people on the street as well, to come out in force. Now, the idea that the answer to that is to crack down on Twitter, X, is an absolute case study of the failure of the political class in the UK. I remember in 2017, when 3 Muslim men went across London Bridge, slitting people's throats and shouting, "This is for Allah." And the Mayor of London and the then Prime Minister, Theresa May, came out and said that we need to address online radicalization. You know, and then Theresa May set up somebody to look into the definition of extremism. You know, what have they actually done in all of these years? Absolutely nothing. And it'll be the same with this. They'll lock some people up, and they will demonize all sorts of people, and they'll cover for others, but they will do nothing to address this. The British public have been begging for years for consecutive governments to bring down immigration and to increase opportunities in the UK. Not only were they not listened to, they were reviled, insulted, and much more.
So that was Douglas Murray, and everything he just said is 100% correct. He's explained it perfectly. I couldn't have said it better myself. And this is what the media are trying to cover up. They don't want people to know this. The government don't want people to be heard. And this is what's basically caused the build-up to the eventual riots. It wasn't an overnight thing like the left are trying to say. But I'll link the full video down below because he does go on to make a few other really good points. So go and check that out.
Let me tell you, dirty, dingy, dusty, racist prick Sutton, yeah? You want to start racist riots around the UK, but you don't know your fucking history. Well, I'm here to give you a history lesson. The reason why immigrants came to this dusty, dingy fucking country is because half of your men were wiped out by World War fucking II. They didn't do it because they wanted equality. They didn't do it because they wanted diversity. They wanted black people to come over to this country and rebuild it again. And you want to know the real reason why you won World War II? It's because India, yeah? India sent around 1.2 million Indians to come and fight the fucking fight because they were part of the Commonwealth, you understand? So if you knew your fucking history, you wouldn't be going after immigrants so fucking hard. America didn't save your ass, Clark. It was India, yeah? And you're talking about you want your jobs back. What fucking jobs are you talking about? Where are they? Are they on Indeed? Are they on Total Jobs? Where are they? Because there's 9 million jobs, yeah, that you can access, that you can fucking apply for. So where the fuck are these immigrants taking jobs? What, you want toilet cleaning? You want office cleaning jobs? You want carer jobs? You want car wash jobs? You want nail salon jobs? You want barbershop jobs. That's what you're angry about. The reason why you don't have those fucking jobs is because you don't have the skill set. You don't add to anything. You are labourers. That is what your history is known for. You are factory workers. You are miners. Most of you work in fucking construction because you can't string a sentence together.
Okay, so this clown has come out and she's talking a lot, but she's got all her facts wrong. That's why she deleted this video, because everyone was getting onto her saying you don't know what you're talking about. And then she tried saying if you're a construction worker, essentially you don't add to society. What a load of BS. I don't know about you, but I'd probably put more value on a construction worker than someone who's a barber or works in a nail salon. Anyway, that's the end of the video. I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.